Welcome to the briefing. Today we are conducting a hard reset on what you think you need in your gun safe. We are analyzing the hardware that defines two very different yet critical American disciplines, the art of the ethical harvest and the necessity of long-term survival. On one side of the aisle, we have the Ballistic Aristocracy, the hunting cartridges that are absolutely dominating the landscape in 2025. These are the rounds bringing surgical-level accuracy and rock-solid dependability to the field. Demand for these specific calibers is through the roof, with boxes vanishing from shelves faster than we have ever seen. On the other side, we have the Workhorses, the survival rifles. When the power goes out or you are lost miles from civilization, flashy tactical accessories do not matter. You need tools that will not quit in rain, mud, or cold. We are looking at rifles that come in around the $300 mark, tools that put food in the pot and protect your family without draining your bank account. We have curated a list of 7 items that bridge this gap. From high-velocity magnums designed to drop elk across a canyon to foldable carbines that fit in a backpack, this is the definitive loadout. Let us get to work. We are initiating this list with a serious piece of artillery. Most folks at the range just call it the 300 Win Mag. Since Winchester rolled this beast out way back in 1963, it has been the gold standard for putting meat in the freezer. This is not a plinking round. It is a serious hunting cartridge built from the ground up for big targets at long distances. We are talking about ethically harvesting elk, moose, or a bear situated way across a canyon. The ballistics here are simply undeniable. The 300 Winchester Magnum launches a .308-inch bullet, typically found in the 150 to 220 grain weight class. If you look at the lighter 150 grain load, it is absolutely screaming out of the muzzle, pushing velocities around 3,300 feet per second. That velocity translates into roughly 3,600 foot-pounds of kinetic energy. To put that into perspective, that is more than enough shock to punch right through the vitals of the heaviest bone game in North America. Its trajectory is flat enough that a competent rifleman can make confident, ethical shots well past 400 yards. You will find this round chambered in absolute classics like the Remington 700 and the Winchester Model 70. However, physics demands a price for this performance. The recoil hits hard. That is usually the first thing new shooters notice. It is a sharp, aggressive impulse that can develop a flinch if you are not careful. Furthermore, feeding this rifle is not cheap. You can expect a high box of 20 rounds to run you $50 or even more for premium loads. But if you need a one-rifle battery that can responsibly cover everything from deer to the nastier stuff on the North American hunt list, the 300 Win Mag is the king of the mountain. Moving from long-range precision to close-range reliability, we land on the Remington 870 Express. This is one of the most recognized shotguns in the world, and for good reason. It has been the standard for hunting and home defense for decades. When you are looking for a survival tool that comes in under the $300 mark, this is often the first name that comes up. The core of the 870 is its pump action system. It is simple, strong, and incredibly reliable. Unlike semi-automatics that can be finicky with different ammunition pressures, the pump action is manually cycled. This means it will feed almost anything you put into it. The Express model is the budget-friendly version, but do not let the price tag fool you. It retains the essence of the original design. It is built to withstand heavy use, capable of firing thousands of rounds with only basic maintenance. You can field strip it, clean it, and reassemble it anywhere, from a garage workbench to a muddy creek bank. Versatility is the headline here. Available in 12 and 20 gauge, usually with barrels ranging between 18 and 28 inches, it adapts to multiple scenarios effortlessly. With birdshot, it works perfectly for hunting small-winged game. Swap that out for slugs, and it transforms into a tool capable of taking down deer or even black bear. Load it with buckshot, and it provides close-range defense that no one can ignore. Few firearms cover such a wide range of uses within a single platform. Weighing in around 7.5 pounds, it is substantial enough to soak up the recoil of heavy loads, but light enough to carry in the field. It does not need luxury finishes or tactical accessories to earn a shooter's confidence. Its simplicity and reliability make it one of the most complete survival options available. Claiming a top spot in the 2025 hunting market is the master of efficiency, the .308 Winchester. Released back in 1952, this round has become the most ubiquitous hunting cartridge in the nation. While the 300 Win Mag is about raw power, the 308 is about perfect balance. It uses the exact same .308-inch diameter bullet as the 30-06, but it packages it into a short-action case. This is the civilian version of the famous 7.62 NATO round. The genius of the short action is that the rifles themselves can be lighter, shorter, and handier. Think about platforms like the Ruger American or the Savage 110. That compact profile makes a huge difference when you are hiking miles into the backcountry. Ballistically, it is right in the sweet spot. A standard 150-grain bullet typically clocks in at about 2,800 feet per second, equaling around 2,600 foot-pounds of energy. This is the perfect medicine for white-tailed deer, black bear, hogs, and yes, even elk at moderate distances. Hunters love it because it offers outstanding out-of-the-box accuracy with very modest recoil. You can shoot this all day without feeling beaten up. Logistics are another massive plus. Ammunition is generally $20 to $30 a box, and it is stocked in nearly every single gun shop across America. Whether you are in a big box store or a small mom-and-pop shop, you will find 308. Does it have limits? Sure. Once you push past 300 yards, you are going to see more bullet drop compared to the Magnums. And for the truly massive stuff like brown bear, it is arguably undergunned. But for 95% of North American hunting, the 308 Winchester is the definition of enough gun. If we are talking about survival, we have to talk about the Ruger 1022 Takedown. This is probably the most practical .22 caliber rifle you can own for an emergency scenario. The standard 1022 is a legend, but the Takedown model elevates it to a tier of its own. Its design allows you to separate the barrel and action in seconds, leaving you with a compact package that easily fits into a backpack. Weighing just 4.5 pounds with an 18-inch barrel, it is extremely portable. You can hike with this all day and forget it is even there until you need it. It fires the .22 long rifle cartridge, which is the cheapest and most abundant round on the market. In a survival situation, volume matters. You can carry 500 rounds of .22 ammunition in a cargo pocket. Try doing that with 12-gauge or 308. This makes it an ideal tool for gathering small game like rabbits or squirrels, which are often the most realistic food sources in a survival scenario. What really sets the Ruger apart is the massive ecosystem of aftermarket support. You can customize this rifle with folding stocks, upgraded optics, suppressors, and higher capacity magazines. It is a true Swiss Army knife of survival rifles. You can turn a simple backpack gun into a platform adapted to multiple uses. It is reliable, it is versatile, and it is indispensable for preppers and families looking for a low-recoil, high-utility firearm. At number 5, we return to the heavy hitters with the Warhorse, the 30-06 Springfield. This cartridge has been serving American infantry and hunters since 1906. That makes it one of the most proven, trusted hunting cartridges in all of American history. It quite literally fed this country for over a century. It fires the same .308-inch bullet as the 300 Win Mag and the 308 Winchester, but with a longer case that holds more powder than the 308. Most loads are going to run between 150 and 180 grains. With a 150-grain bullet, your muzzle velocity is right around 2,900 feet per second, delivering roughly 2,800 foot-pounds of energy. The 30-06 is the definition of an all-around performer. From whitetail in the cornfields to elk in the timber and moose in the swamps, this cartridge can handle it. Hunters stick with it because it strikes a perfect balance. You get plenty of authority to drop big game ethically, but without the brutal, punishing recoil of a Magnum. However, it is an older design. It does not shoot as flat as the modern Magnums, so it has what we call a rainbow trajectory. Your long-distance shots are going to take more adjustment and more Kentucky windage. The recoil is noticeable, especially with heavier bullets, and the long-action rifles tend to be a bit heavier than their short-action counterparts. But if you want a cartridge that adapts to nearly every biological target in North America with affordable and easy-to-find ammunition, the 30-06 is timeless. Number 6 brings us to one of the most ingenious designs in the survival category, the Kel-Tec Sub 2000 Generation 2. This is not a traditional hunting rifle, it is a pistol-caliber carbine that solves a very specific problem: portability. Available in 9mm and 40 S&W, this carbine features a 16-inch barrel but weighs just 4.5 pounds. Its biggest trick, and the reason it is on this list, is that it folds completely in half. When folded, it shrinks down to only 16 inches in overall length. That is small enough to fit inside a standard laptop bag or a discreet backpack without anyone knowing you are armed. But the brilliance lies in the logistics. The Sub 2000 is designed to accept standard pistol magazines, including common patterns like Glock, Beretta, or Smith & Wesson. In a survival scenario, this is a game changer. It means you can carry one type of ammunition and one type of magazine that feeds both your sidearm and your primary rifle. You are massively simplifying your supply chain. When unfolded, it delivers the accuracy and velocity of a rifle thanks to that full-length barrel and built-in sights. While it is not meant for big game hunting, in the context of emergency defense, it performs more than well enough. The recoil is mild, making it easy to control, and maintenance is straightforward. For close defense or lightweight travel, it is hard to find a more versatile design. Finally, at number 7, we have a legend of durability, the SKS. Designed in the 1940s, this semi-automatic rifle maintains its reputation today as one of the most rugged platforms ever built. It proves that you do not need modern polymers to be effective. With a 20-inch barrel, a milled steel receiver, and a fixed 10-round magazine loaded by stripper clips, the SKS offers a simplicity that stands out. It fires the 7.62 by 39 cartridge. This is one of the most common and abundant rounds in the world, ensuring that ammunition availability is rarely an issue, even in difficult scenarios. The rifle weighs about 8.5 pounds. While that is heavier than some modern options, that mass helps tame the recoil, allowing for controlled shooting and steady aim. While it is not a precision sniper rifle, many shooters achieve 3 to 4 MOA groupings with standard ammunition. That is more than enough for close defense and hunting medium-sized game like deer or hogs. Its internal mechanism uses a short-stroke gas piston system. This makes it highly forgiving of dirt and grime, capable of firing hundreds of rounds without constant cleaning. The SKS may not carry the tactical fame of the AR-15, but as a workhorse, it continues to prove that the combination of power, simplicity, and reliability never goes out of style. And that wraps up our briefing on the hardware defining the field in 2025. We have covered the spectrum from the high-velocity precision of the .300 Winchester Magnum to the fold-and-go utility of the Kel-Tec Sub 2000. Whether you are preparing for the hunt of a lifetime or securing your family's safety against the unknown, the principle remains the same. Choose the right tool for the job. You do not need a gun packed with accessories or carrying a collector's price tag. You need something that runs dirty, fires in the rain, and puts rounds on target when it counts. Now, I want to hear from you. Which of these rifles would you grab if the lights went out tomorrow? Are you sticking with the classic 30-06, or do you trust the modern versatility of the Sub 2000? Drop your pick down in the comments and tell me why. If you got some value out of this breakdown, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and ring that bell icon so you do not miss our upcoming ballistics tests. Stay safe, stay sharp, and watch your six.